is such a great thing to just look back over your life and really just see where God brought you.
Welcome to the I Can't Wait to Travel podcast, where we talk about love, travel, and everything in between. And today we're joined by a couple whose journey has inspired so many, from their hilarious videos, shoulder shrugs, and to their beautiful family adventures. We have fallen in love with Destene and Brandon. Welcome.
Thank you guys so much for having us.
We're so
Very
excited
appreciative.
to be here.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we are honored. I mean, it's been several years since we've been able to film or do anything with you, Destene, and you're a mom! A mom!
That's Ocean's mama, y'all.
Oh my goodness. And we had, the great fortune to sit with Brandon a few weeks ago, so we love it.
That was a great conversation. I appreciate y'all coming on. So I was like, we got to return the favor.
Yeah, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Of course. So we actually met you both with the I Can't Wait to Travel with Destene and Brandon trip. And we want you guys to introduce you to, maybe there's one person out there who hasn't heard of Destene and Brandon.
They were under a rock.
Yeah, they were under a rock somewhere. Because if you have TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, you've seen them. Yeah. But for that one person, let them know who you are and what your whole presence is about on social media.
You know, like,
yeah, I go. So Brandon, Destene, we are full-time content creators, and we have been in the industry now about 5 years. We started our journey back in 2020 during COVID. And so we were working our 9-to-5s, and we figured let's just try to see if we can do something different on top of that. Maybe introduce a hobby or something on the side. And so we started watching YouTube. And before that, I had never watched YouTube other than basketball highlights and wrestling highlights. That's all I watched YouTube for. And so we saw this couple who was vlogging, and they were actually traveling while they were vlogging. And it looked interesting. I'm like, oh, this is something that we can actually do. And so basically what we did was we went and filmed a cabin trip that we did. This was during COVID. And she was on her iPhone 11 at the time.
Yeah.
With no camera, no lighting, just on an iPhone. We uploaded it to YouTube, and it did well. And we were like, okay, let's continue on with this. Let's keep going with this. And so, of course, we were traveling, and then COVID, when it happened, we weren't traveling anymore as much, right? So we were like, man, we don't want to stop our journey. Don't want to stop doing content creation. So let's just pivot and do something else. So then we started doing pranks and comedy skits and stuff on each other. And it just took off from there.
Yeah.
And then we filmed the proposal, and the proposal went viral.
Yeah, I think that once he proposed and that went viral, that's what kind of really put us on the map in terms of visibility. I think I went from 700 followers to 10K in back then. That was major. So I think the Shade Room had posted us. Yeah. So I mean that's pretty much it. And then now we're doing all the things. We have a baby now. We're building a home.
We've pivoted to now more lifestyle content. We've gotten away from the pranks because we obviously knew that was for a season. So now we're doing we're doing what we initially set out to do. And now we're getting back to traveling more. So of course we're going to be documenting those journeys as we travel and try new things. And so that's kind of where we're at.
So as much as I love, and I want to hear about the proposal, let's go back a little bit to your childhood and tell us, what did travel look like for you guys as children? Was this something you did as a family or just something you dreamed of?
Oh my gosh, it's such a good question.
That's a very good question.
Because we talk about it actually often. So when I was coming up, we did do little road trips as a family. We went to Galveston, and we were living in Dallas. So
Did y'all swim in that brown water?
You know what's crazy?
Man.
No, we did not.
Oh, that water looks like me.
Like I've seen it a few times, but it was more so just like the bonding time, trying to get out and something. You know, there was 4 of us, and I had a single mom, so it wasn't much that we could do, but we always like were together.
Yeah.
But as far as like being on a plane and stuff like that, I actually did not do that until I was in my 20s.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah, so, you know, before Brandon, I think, well, right before him, I had went to Greece
for the
first time.
You did.
And then after that, he pretty much like introduced travel to me in the capacity of like, you know, we can do this actually often. All we have to do is budget and, you know, it's doable. Because coming up, I didn't think that it was like really doable. I'm like, being on a plane, flying across the world, like, yeah. So, yeah, for me growing up, it was just something I really didn't even really think about, honestly.
Yeah.
We just did like the little family road trips, and that was good for me.
And then your first trip, you went straight to Greece. It wasn't like the Bahamas. You went
Because I had one of my really good friends since I was in fifth grade. She was a flight attendant, and so she got us trips to Greece. I think I paid like $1 to get there.
What?
Yeah,
I know, right?
Was that on standby though? Because sometimes you have the friends that work for the airline.
It was on standby, but we didn't have any problems. Like,
yeah, but even if it was, it's $1.
But
like, how can you go wrong?
Like we got right on. We didn't have to wait a super long time. At least from what I can remember. She might see this and be like, "Girl, we waited for hours." I don't know. But for me, all I could think about was like, man, I'm in Greece for $1. Like that's
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, as a kid, I didn't travel much. Actually, I wanted to travel, but I mean, obviously, it just wasn't in the cards for me to do. So, what happened was I got introduced to this travel group, and I forget what year it was, but basically, I got introduced to this travel group, and the first trip that they went on was to Costa Rica. I'd never been out the country. But they were like, hey, get your passport. I'm like, passport? So from there, we went to Costa Rica, and then we started traveling more. And I was going on trips with them like every year. They do about 4 or 5 trips a year. And that's what kind of really introduced me into traveling. And so when I met her, I was actually on a cruise. Like I just had met her in September, and we went on a cruise in October. And during the whole cruise, me and her was texting. And I'm like, dang, I don't have free Wi-Fi on this cruise, but I like this. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to sacrifice this phone bill. And so when we got back from the cruise, I knew that we were going to do another trip. And they do a trip every like March, a land trip. And they were going to Barbados. So I was like, I asked her, I'm like, dang, I'm kind of nervous to ask somebody to travel with me. But I wanted to know, like, hey, if I could travel with you, you solid to me. That was going to determine like if there was going to be a relationship or not. And so I said, hey, you want to go to Barbados with me? She was like, oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. She going to try and play like she wasn't excited, but she was geek. She was like, oh, yes. He asked me to Barbados. Oh, my God.
that was.
I love it.
What was your reaction?
So you guys have been so open on social media, where Destene, you shared the passing of your fiance before Brandon, and how you were open and your heart was open enough to trust love and get with Brandon, and now you have this amazing love story. Can you share with us the infamous proposal, how that happened? Just how the love story began.
So, how do I start? So it was my birthday, and I've never really been the type to really just like celebrate my birthday. I don't know why. There's no like sad story behind it, but I'm just not big on it. So I wasn't gonna like get my nails done. I wasn't gonna get my hair done, like none of that. But I ended up going ahead and doing it. My mom convinced me. She's like, okay, just this one time, like, get yourself together. Not knowing that they had already spoken. He had got her.
Really? At this time, how long have you guys been dating?
We got together in October of
A year and a
18.
half.
Yeah, and then I proposed. Oh, it was during your birthday on COVID in June.
Yeah.
So about a year and a half.
So we were together like a
Okay.
half.
Yeah.
But I had already told him, I was like, hey, we're older, you especially, because there's a
Oh, damn.
How old were you at the time?
Oh man, this was 18, so it was at 7 years ago. So I was
like 20.
34 and you were 27.
Yeah.
Not a whole 34. He's older.
Hey man.
Like, you're way older, so look, I don't want to play no games. You need to make sure if marriage is what you want, like, I don't have years and years to wait. So
yeah, no, of course.
we had already had that understood. So anyway, back to the proposal. We went out to dinner at Ocean Prime.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, it
We
was
see
so
you, Brandon. We see you.
and also the cool part about it, and which is why I also decided to get dressed up and stuff, we were actually filming an intro video for our YouTube channel.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I do need to be like put together. So thank God I had that, because I was literally just gonna like bum it out. Like, it's my birthday. Like, I don't really care about it that much. So anywho, we're at dinner and we have finished up eating, and then the waiter comes over and there's like this plate full of smoke. Like, I couldn't see anything. I was just like looking like, what the heck? And I was talking to my friend and I turn around and I see all this. And then when the smoke clears, I just see this ring in like a bed of roses or something like that. It was like on a plate with maybe like a piece of cake or something.
Yeah, so it was a piece of cake and then there was roses surrounding it, and then it was
the ring in the middle.
Will you marry me in chocolate?
Yeah.
Wow. And you're filming this for the show.
Sure.
The podcast.
Yeah, we had somebody filming it, and the whole time, I mean, everybody that was there knew it, just except for her. So
yeah,
they knew.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, we're just, we're vlogging and it's all good. So anywho, but he ended up getting on his knee, proposing. Of course, I said yes, and that was just it. That was the start of it. As soon as I uploaded that, oh my word, it just went crazy. Like, everybody was like, I love your hair and I love your dress. Yeah, everything. And I was like, oh, thank God I decided to get put.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you know what? Going back, actually, before we even going back to that, right? She talked about how, like, she was one of those women who didn't, it's like, you got to know what you want, But what did it for me was, and I told a couple people this story, but not a lot of people, is when we were together, before COVID was actually a thing. I had gotten COVID before anybody knew that COVID was actually COVID. Mm-hmm. And so when I got COVID, I just expected her to be like, okay, you know what, quarantine, and when you're better, then hit me up and we can hang out.
Yeah.
When I tell you, she was by my side the whole time. She cooked me. She got my medicine. I had to go to the ER a couple times. I had respiratory issues. She drove me to the ER. She was right there, and I did not expect for her to do that. And I was like, if someone who I'm just dating can sit here and be by my side in one of the worst times, and knowing that she could potentially get it from me, and she doesn't even care, that right there solidified it for me. I was like, yep, this is the one. I mean,
she's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
she's like, I'll die for you.
That right there, that was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah,
I was playing.
So many women are like, well, I'm not gonna play the wife role until I'm the wife.
Yeah.
But like, you're showing that like this is what you're going to get as your partner.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be here through the good, the bad, the sick, the health. So I feel like the women who are waiting until the ring to show the wifely side, they're maybe, causing a little disservice for themselves sometimes.
That's true.
I agree, because I feel like it's just something that comes natural as well. And I feel like I would have had to work harder to try to shut that off to wait for ring. You know, it just would have been, you know, I don't like to really like play games a lot, like especially with my time and then his time. And it's like, man, he's sick. He needs somebody to be there for him. And I'm here. Like, I'm risking it all. Woo! That was playing with hot water for sure.
That's what solidified. It's like you're willing to risk it all for somebody that you're dating. You're not even. I mean, it's somebody that you're dating, and I you know, I try to say this, and you know, it's not about doing stuff to get a ring or waiting for a ring. It's about doing what's naturally inside of you, the desire that you have as a woman or as a man too, because you know it goes there. There's certain roles that we both play, but it's the desire inside of you to be like, you know what, I'm not doing this for a ring. I'm doing this because I genuinely love this person. I truly want to be there for this person and show this person that I'm your support system. You know, so that's what it's about. It's about having that desire. It's not about doing things for motives, and I think that's where people get crossed up. They do stuff because they have motives. You know,
so true. So true.
Yeah.
So you guys had this beautiful proposal. You get married. Is it a big wedding? Small wedding?
No, small because it was COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
We only could have 10 people at the church,
which was perfect for me. That's exactly. Yes, this is.
You're like, COVID is my friend.
I'm telling you that I always say it, of course, with you know, in a nice way, but it's like COVID, unfortunately, was like one of the best times in a sense, like for our career and our, you know, getting married and the way that we were able to bond because of it. You know, we didn't have to work in the office for 8 hours and be separated all that time, come home, you know, 2 hours before bedtime, trying to, you know, figure things out and get to know each other and decompress and all the things, cook dinner. Like we literally had 24/7 to really build a bond and a connection and a business and, you know, so many things. But yeah, the wedding was just the way I wanted it. It was our super immediate family and friends in our church. And it was just perfect. We saved a lot of money.
Yeah. And we did having a reception dinner where more people were invited to that. Luckily the place we went allowed for more people. So we did have a dinner, but the actual wedding was just like 10. And we chose the 10 and then that was it.
Yeah, it was so perfect. Like, because, you know, previously with my previous engagement, we were planning a wedding and because he actually passed 3 months before the wedding. So everything was solidified, like everything. And the tens of thousands of dollars that was insane. I always knew that I would never do that again. I would never do it. They're beautiful and I love them, but for me, I just knew it was something I didn't want to do.
Yeah. When I've spoken to both you and Brandon separately about that time in your life, you guys are both so empathetic about what everyone else went through during COVID. But it just reminds me, like, in a state of darkness, like God can still shine so much brightness into your life and heal you from what you went through, bring this great guy in your life, give you the perfect wedding, the perfect situation, allow him to see your character. It's like God is so good to like just lay it all out for you all.
Absolutely. Yeah. He again, you know, we are sensitive to, because a lot of people lost, you know, people and businesses and stuff like that. So we for sure are sensitive to that. But I think God put us in this position to really inspire at this particular point. And that's exactly what we've been doing. You know, this is what we set out to do: inspire, put smiles on people's faces. We've got comments before from people that say, you know what, your content saved our marriage.
Wow.
And so when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, wow, okay, we must be doing something.
That's powerful. Wow.
And so, yeah, that's what it was for us.
So because of COVID, were you able to have a honeymoon or no?
We did not. We decided to do it was it the following year? I mean, we had, you know what, honestly,
man, we've been on so many trips. I mean, anyone.
Yeah.
That's how we looked at it. We've been on so many trips. Any one of those could have been a honeymoon. Like we don't.
I don't think there was like a specific.
So y'all been on like 3 honeymoons then. You're like, we're gonna
do. That's kind of how.
To be honest with you, any one of those. Yeah. I mean, you do the same thing on a trip that you do on a honeymoon trip.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different.
Plus, before we gotten married, we have been so many places already. Yeah. So I think that was also a great thing about the way that our story just kind of lined up. We had done so much traveling already.
Yeah. So, I took her a lot of places, y'all.
Yeah.
Really? Where did you guys go?
Oh gosh.
Oh man, we've been to like St. Lucia, we've been to Barbados, we've been to Aruba, Curacao.
Yeah.
All
over.
I
mean, you were taking her all over the Caribbean. I love that.
All over the place. So that's what's so great about the journey, because I feel like through that time that we had to be together for so long, you know, we were really just able to learn each other and travel, and it just makes this journey much sweeter because as parents, we don't get to jet set a ton.
Yeah.
So it just makes that time in our lives that much sweeter.
No.
The interesting thing is, like, during COVID, like you talked about how you guys, the bond was much closer. You were able to spend more time. But I know folks where they actually realized, you know what, I really don't like my partner because I'm around them all the time, and I'd rather have just 2-3 hours a day around them. And then even people have said stuff to us like, "What? Do you guys work in the same house? You're around each other. You work in the same business, et cetera, et cetera. Like, how do you do it?" Well, we enjoy each other's company. We enjoyed each other before we even got married. So it's just natural.
No, for sure. Yeah, I tell people the same thing. I'm like, you know, I actually like my wife. I mean, I love my wife, but I actually like her. I like her. We have fun. Yeah. Like we joke. We do everything together. We have a business together. So we strategize. We joke. We're sarcastic with each other. We do all the things that couples who like each other do. I mean, it's just that, you know. And so I know I get that question from people sometimes. Like, man, y'all are around each other all the time. Y'all don't get tired of each other. If there's a situation where she needs to go out with her homegirls, go ahead. I got the baby, or vice versa. If I don't do too much already as it is, but if I need to go out and hang out with the fellas, I can do that.
Yeah.
So we know that if we need to get away, we can get away.
Yeah. And I think it's the open communication, you know, like I feel like you said, I get that question a lot too. They're like, how do y'all do this together? And I'm like, it actually just feels like second nature. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just really, all of it comes down to communication, the business, the marriage, the parenting. Like, it really is just about open communication. So it really just comes second nature to us.
Yeah.
And again, for people that, like, I tell people, like, look, don't be afraid or shy to be like, you know what, I need some time to myself. I think people are afraid that they may offend their partner if they're like, you know what, I need to get away. No, you speak up. You tell your partner, hey, I'm going to go take myself to the spa for today. That's simple.
Yeah.
You know, I just think people are just too shy and afraid to speak up because in fear of offending the other person. But you got to speak up. When you need time away, you got to get it away. You got to take it. You need that time. Your cup is empty, right? How do you fill your cup back up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm getting low on my cup right now, too.
And honesty, you know, everyone says communication, but really it's honesty.
Yeah.
Like, just being honest, but saying it in a kind way. Like, I need to just go to the other room right now and just chill out. So you're absolutely right.
That was the issue I had in past relationships where, like you were saying, Brandon, is afraid that you're going to offend the person. You know, so I felt like there was communication, but I wasn't being honest with the person or with myself, for that matter. And then as soon when I got with Lisa, I'm like, man, I'm just being straight. You know, as best as I possibly can communicate. Sometimes she asks, "Oh, I don't like your tone." I said that.
That's my thing. the tone. You got to get that tone right.
The tone. That's too much bass.
Well, right. Change the tone. You know,
more trouble in
learned behavior. And then even though we say this now, there was definitely a time where we did have to learn this. We
Right.
did have to learn that,
Oh
hey, I
yeah.
gotta open my mouth to say something, but also have to watch how I open my mouth and say things. So it's all learned, but I think also that's why we're also such big advocates for counseling and stuff like that. You know, it's like people are also afraid to do that and talk to somebody. It's like, man, if you only knew how much we learned that we were able to put into practice just by an outsider looking in, a licensed outsider looking in.
And unbiased. Like,
no, of course. Yeah, exactly. Not
No.
not the haters. No, for sure. So you guys are married, you did the cabin video, you're putting in videos in between, the proposal video comes out, you're pushing things out. At what point do you look at each other and like, whoa, like this is really blowing up?
You know what is so funny about that? I feel like, because we have this problem with each other where, you know, we just are always looking at what's next. A little bit of a struggle kind of saying, hey, we're here, like we made it great and we've arrived, and it's just also our goals are just always like something else. So it's something we don't really have the answer to because we actually pray about that in our marriage. Because sometimes we look around and we're just like, this is amazing, thank you God, and so about this next thing, Lord. You know, and so that's kind of something that we, you know, I would say that's one of our things that we quote unquote struggle with.
And I think that just comes with also me being a man and just making sure that, like, I don't ever want it to get to a situation where we're trying to figure out how the mortgage is going to get paid or where the next meal is coming from or how we going to pay this next car note. And so for me, I have the mindset like we always have to evolve. Even as we're celebrating wins, we have to continue to figure out what's next because there's only one way to go when you're up, you know, and that's down. And so how do you stay up? How do you continue to inspire people and impact people? And now that I've gotten because I told you guys earlier, I looked at this as like a hobby, right? And so now that I've gotten fully invested in it, we're treating it like it's our careers because it is. And so in your career, what are you constantly trying to do? Move up, elevate, you know, get to the next level. Yeah. That's exactly what we're trying to do. So for me, it's like, thank you, Lord, for this win. We're definitely grateful and humble, but also it's like, okay, how do we continue to get these wins? How do we continue to stay on top?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's also what keeps us humble because it's just so hard to just be like, oh yeah, we've arrived. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just, but you know, that said, we're obviously very grateful, and I just don't know when we really just felt like we made it. What do you think?
I still don't think we've arrived. I don't.
There's so much to do.
There's so much still to do, and I feel like at the end of the day, our lives have been roller coasters, just like the next person, right? We've been up, we've been down, we've been high, we've been low. But I don't feel like we've arrived yet. And I don't know if we'll ever get to that point, but I do know that as long as God has given us this platform, we're going to continue to do what we need to do to be a good steward of it and manifest things, continue to evolve. So that's how I'm looking at it, you know.
Even though you guys didn't acknowledge the arrival, some number, whether it be the followers, the brands, deals, something had to be like, all right, Destene, you can walk away from that job now. All right, Brandon, you can walk away from yours. Yeah. So that had to be even a mini reward in some sense, I'm assuming.
So, okay. So the crazy part about that is it was definitely it was the excitement. But man, when I tell you, I struggled for months. I struggled with months because I didn't have the structure of what my day-to-days look like. And I felt like I was not pulling my weight in the house and just not pulling my weight as a wife and a helpmate. And it took a lot for me because I left my full-time job first, where Brandon was still going in the office and, doing all the things, still coming home and being the A+ husband. And it was
baby number 2 coming soon.
Right. It was such a struggle, even though it was such a blessing. But I guess that is kind of like a landmark where we were like, okay, this business is profitable and it's sustainable, and it's, we've got a nice cushion to be able to make this kind of a sacrifice, because at the end of the day, it's still the unknown. It's just like contract work, actually. Like, we work with companies for a certain time and then the contracts end. So it's just like being contractors. So, with that, there's a lot of fluctuations. And so, yeah, I don't know. I really struggled a ton when I actually did take that leap of faith. And then I don't know if you did as well.
Oh, well, we've talked about this.
It was so difficult.
She left her job about 2 years before I left mine, and I couldn't do it. I wasn't gonna do it. I'm like, I'm looking at benefits, having to get our own personal plan. I'm looking at not no longer have the guaranteed every 2 weeks salary. I'm looking at so many things, and then it's like, okay, what if I get home and I'm just sitting on the couch twiddling my fingers? I'm not being productive, right? So for me, it was like I struggled. Even after she left, I was like, good. Good. This was good. This is what we wanted. I'm still going to work. And we're going to do this thing together and figure it out. And she did. She struggled with it. When she first left, it was kind of like, okay, so now what do I do?
Yeah. And
even though we had already been doing what we've been doing.
Yeah. But we were just so used to the always constantly working.
Yeah.
So we 9 to 5, and then we would, film, and then we would edit, and we would try to come up with more content. So our work days were just, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I don't know how many hours.
How did you do it? How did you do it? Like, I mean, your full-time jobs, coming home, cooking, filming content. Were you sleeping like 4 hours a day?
I mean, you know what? It's such a blur.
Yeah.
Honestly, we just did it.
We just did it.
Like we cut back on, like, there were times we didn't talk to our families as much, our friends as much. And, at the time, some of them didn't understand. Now that it was it was necessary, because now we get to what that brings me to, where I do feel like that feeling of I've arrived, or kind of being able to share it with our family and friends. Now they were in that sacrifice with us, in a sense, because we had to pull away from them to be able to focus on everything else, building the business. We were newly married. There was just so much, and so a lot of relationships were sacrificed during that time. And then just now, knowing that those people stuck around and celebrate with them and party with them all the time, multiple times a year in our home, and it just means so much. So
for sure.
Yeah.
I think that is the major fulfillment, is just being able to have the circle around and the family around to be able to join in it with you, And these are things that we didn't imagine would happen when we were working our 9 to 5s. We didn't think we'd be YouTubers or be on TikTok or be on IG. And literally God was like, this is the path and the lane that I'm going to create for you. So go down it. And we were like, all right, we'll try it out. We said we were going to give it a year. And if we weren't if we didn't see any results or anything, we were just going to quit and just, maybe we're just meant for the corporate world. Okay. Which was fine.
Loved it.
Yeah. There's no problem with that. But God had other plans, and now we're here today because of those other plans. So,
wow.
When Anthony asked how you guys do it, even though we do content and we do so much as well, it was like almost like it just really hit me, like the grind and the sacrifice that you guys were on. I think that we see the shoulder shrugs, we see the laughs, the fashion shows, and the pranks, and we don't realize the grind behind it.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And you guys are withstanding it.
Yeah. People just look at the finished result in the video and they're like, wow. But they don't understand, man. It's they don't understand how many takes sometimes it takes to get that perfect shot or perfect clip. Sometimes we're doing 10, 12, 13 takes, and sifting through all that and trying to find the right one, and then on top of that, editing it. People just think it's just we just film and then we just upload a video.
Right.
I'm not mad at them for that, because at the end of the day,
they don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah. They see the glory, but they don't know the story. Don't let me go for a run.
And you guys make it look easy, so that's why.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a blessing in itself to make it look easy, because we've even had, some family and friends that have wanted to go down the path, and, after a week, they're like, what? Like, this, do it. Like, this is crazy. I don't know how y'all do it, but we're going to let y'all have it. But can we come to the house party? And we're like, yeah, come on. Like, doing this for our, for our circle. And so, yeah, it's just, it's a lot, but I will say, the journey has just definitely been very rewarding. So
that's amazing. We, of course, we focus more on our travel agency, and then the content is just like, ancillary to the travel agency. So it's not all content. And then last season on our podcast, we were really vulnerable. We shared our story, our struggles. And just for the first time, I started getting, the comments, the feedback from people. And I was like, whoa, this is different. So how do you guys, have this marriage, this family? You're putting it as much as you want, of course, but putting it out to the public and still protect this beautiful bond that you have in the midst of it.
Wow. It's really the mental, and I think that's another thing that makes this space so difficult. Mentally, it's the most exhausting, challenging career that I've ever done, and I've done it all. I've worked as a teller, I've scrubbed toilets, I've worked at a chicken place, I've been in finance, human resources, which was my latest career. And mentally, it is very difficult to come to the conclusion where, hey, whatever is said online about us and to us, it's not going to affect how we feel about each other, how we speak to each other, and nobody's going to dictate what goes on inside of our home. So it's just one of those things that we put, especially me, because Brandon was new to the social media thing. As he said before, he would get on YouTube to only watch highlights. But I actually used to follow a ton of creators and stuff. So I knew that there were angry people that would just get on the internet and say nasty things. And I learned from those girls that you just have to literally block it out and block them if it bothers you so much. We've never responded. We've never played the arguing back and forth game.
It's not worth it.
Even though Brandon wanted to in the beginning, he was like, oh, nobody gonna say anything about it. He was
and look, because I
gotta protect your life.
I wasn't used to that, and you come for me, cool, but you coming for her, and I'm gonna clap back.
But I had to explain to him that it is literally a business. You are human resources.
The brand.
You are the brand. So it is important to always lead with class, because you have people watching you. There are so many partnerships that we've worked with that have watched us for months before we even knew that we would even remotely work with them, even dream working with them. And they watched us for months and months on time just to see how we moved, how we responded, what we would post, if there's profanity or provocativeness, just all that we've just never known. So that's always been my motivation for us, just to stay the course. It does not matter.
They're always watching.
Yeah.
They're always watching, and you want to just lead with class. So it doesn't bother me at all. And I would say, if they're saying nasty things to you, girl,
let it roll off your shoulders.
Let it roll off. Or just block them. You have the power.
Listen, you responding or being negative could be the difference in you getting that brand deal or not. Mm-hmm. I'm just so you got to look at the bigger picture, right? Like, look, I'm doing this for opportunities, right? I'm doing this to elevate, and part of that is letting those people talk and just let it roll off your shoulder. Because they want to respond. They want to. I don't know if it gives them validation if you respond, or like, you know what I mean. Some people just comment just to have some type of dialogue with you, right? So you can't give them that satisfaction. You can't do it. And that's what it comes down to.
Such good advice.
Yeah.
So when we finally were able to meet you for the I Can't Wait to Travel with Brandon and Destene trip in Punta Cana, what were you guys thinking of walking in? Like, you're about to go on a trip with strangers, but they love you because they were followers and they wanted to be there for you, and spend 3 nights and 4 days at this resort. What was your mindset coming in?
I was nervous, and reason for being is because so when we started doing that, right, traveling was my thing. I love travel, and for me it was like, man, I just hope that is good people, because the money that's spent for these trips, the energy and the effort that goes into planning and all that stuff, it's like I just don't want that to be a waste. And I would hate to be in a situation where we get on a trip with someone and it just takes one bad apple to ruin. I knew we were going to be good because we do this. So I'm like, it's not, like, we're going to be good, but it's just that if I hope that one person is not that one person that ruins it.
Yeah, we are very, very selective with who we choose to travel with, especially because we have like a super huge horror story with it. The one time we decided to
go outside the box, it ended up being a disaster.
Yes.
Oh, you were going to ask you to share. What happened?
It was absolutely horrible. Like, basically we went on, it was a couples trip, and long story short, the couples just got into it. It was terrible. They were airing out credit scores and their sex life, and it was terrible. Yeah. So never do that again.
Yeah.
Always know your personnel before you go, or somebody.
Yeah. When we traveled with you guys, we just felt deep down that it was going to be a good experience. I mean, even though we obviously the nervousness is going to be there because it's an unknown, right?
Yeah.
But we felt that deep down with you guys, it would be a good experience. So we were like, okay, cool, let's do it. And it turned out to be what we thought it was going to be. But it's just the fear of the unknown.
Yeah. Of course. And when I remember you walked away, Brandon, we were all eating dinner. You walked away to do something, go to the restroom or something, and you came back, and your first instinct when you come back and you see Destene is like, you good? You're right? You're it? Like every time you leave her, you're like making sure she's okay. And I love that protective, husband role that you play. It's just a beautiful relationship.
Thank you.
No, yeah, for sure. That's the number one thing to me is my family, man. Like everything else I can deal with, but if the family's not good, then that crushes my spirit, So, and now it's even more important because now we have Ocean. I got to make sure that they're good. That's just something that I'm just wired to. I don't know. It's a desire. That's it. So yeah.
It's great. Speaking of Ocean, I mean, you guys are inspiring everyone on social media, but I saw it face to face. You guys really, really touched my heart. The first night that we were in Punta Cana together, and we were all sitting at the dinner table, and I don't know if you remember this, you guys were saying, because you were in an apartment at that time, you said, we want to own our own home. We want to, leave our job. We want to have a child. And we even prayed for you guys to have a child. And it's like, check, check, check. Like everything that you're putting out to happen is like, no one's saying it's easy, because we've seen the journey of, like, you know, you trying to have Ocean and getting the home and building the house, you know, all of that. But it's all like manifesting before your eyes.
It's been such a blessing. And that's why, that's another thing that we always say is just, it's such a great thing to just look back over your life and really just see where God brought you, you know, check off those boxes. And, you know, because when you start to compare it to someone else's life and someone else's journey, then that's when, you know, the joy gets taken away. And that's when they say comparison is the thief of joy, it truly is. But when you just compare your life from where you were even 6 months ago or a year or 2 or 3 ago, you know, it's just amazing what God can do. Because from that time we took a trip with you guys, I can't believe that all this stuff has manifested. It's crazy.
Wow. It's wild. And this goes back to what we were saying earlier. We definitely got to do a better job of just like taking inventory on where we've come in life and where God has brought us, and we'll get better at it. But like you said, it's just, I mean, even you just bringing it up now just got me thinking like, wow, you're right. Like we started in a 600 square foot apartment, 600 square feet. I mean, and we're talking about during COVID, we're in a 1 bedroom trying to figure this thing out. And to now where we are 5 years later is just,
Crazy.
wow. Man, very grateful, man. Very thankful. But yeah, you're right. Everything that we've wanted to do and asked for, God has blessed. And we put in, you know, there's things that God told us, hey, listen, you want to get this home, you got to get this credit right. And we put in the work. We did the necessary things on our end as well, that was asked of us to get to this point. So just being obedient and putting in the work and then seeing God bless that has been nothing short of amazing. Yep, for sure.
Incredible.
And consistency.
Yeah.
Being consistent. That's a blessing.
Yeah. What do you say to the people who have the checklist, but they haven't been able to check it off yet? Like nothing's been checked off and they're just pushing, they're grinding, and it's not happening yet.
Stay the course. I always say stay the course, because it's, you know, it's about God's timing. You know, had I given up when I had the huge checklist and then everything was checked off and then it was swept right from under my feet, you know, I would have missed out on all of this. Like it was so much bigger than me, you know. So maybe the checklist that you have is just, you know, maybe you actually just need to pray about it, set it down to the side, pray about it, and ask God what His checklist for your life is, and just take the course. Because the only way you don't succeed is if you just give up. You know, you throw in the towel, you stop. You got to stay the course. We've wanted to give up tens of thousands of times. Oh my gosh, so many times. And had we done that, there's no way we'd be where we are today. But we had to stay the course. We had to keep the faith. We had to keep working hard, and you know, just keep going.
I would say so. Yes. To piggyback off of her, you need to figure out what God's checklist is for you. We can't lean onto our own understanding. We can't come to God with our checklist. He gives us what our checklists are. But once He gives you that checklist, you don't have to tackle everything at once. Start knocking stuff off little by little by little. And I tell people, I'm like, you look, as long as we're on this earth, we have a shot, we have an opportunity. So just tackle it one little thing at a time. Don't worry about trying to knock everything out overnight, because it's just not going to happen. And you got to just take it one day at a time, take it one step at a time, and that's it. And as you continue, you'll see as you continue to knock those things off one by one, you'll see that you're making progress, right? But you can't try to tackle everything at once, because it's just not going to work. All you're going to do is you're going to be like a pinball machine, just do all over them. And so just relax, pray, and take it one day at a time.
Yeah, and one step at a time. Like he said, you want the house, but what are the steps you have to take to get there? You want the husband or you want the wife, but you got to start at the very beginning. Like you got to start within yourself. So maybe the checklist has to just be broken down a little bit too. You know, it's just so many things to it that go into it.
If you have credit issues and you got these debts, okay, what debt can you take care of right away? A lot of these, and I don't want this to turn into a credit conversation.
No, you're doing great.
A lot of these companies, they'll settle with you for 30% of what you owe just to get something out of you. So seeing what debts you can knock off, what are your little debts that you can just pay right up front? That'll, and then as you knock those debts off, then you take that money, you put it towards your bigger debts. So it's just like a strategic thing to get you where you need to be, you know?
Yeah.
But I would say just tackle it one thing at a time. Don't rush. Don't try to be Superman or Superwoman.
Yeah.
Relax. Just do what you can.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's great advice. Our last segment before we get into our quick fire questions, we want to talk about Ocean. We hear her Google and her gagas and her little chats over there. So we want to talk about just how having a family has changed everything. My first question is, you have to decide what you're going to share and not share with the public.
For sure.
And you guys have been so vulnerable and decided to share the fertility struggles before having Ocean. What made you guys decide to open up about that? And how did you handle that with the ups and downs that occurred throughout that process?
Well, it was just something we just decided to do. Like at first, I think there was a little bit of hesitance only because I just didn't want people to kind of think I was less of a woman, by not being able to do this without any help.
Wow.
And I didn't want anyone to think my husband was not manly enough. Like, there were so many things that went through my head, but what I did was I basically just decided to open up about it just randomly. I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm just going to open up about it. And I was so grateful to do that because I had no idea that it was so many people from our community, Black women, that dealt with this. Like before I found out that I needed to go through IVF and I had fertility issues, I had no idea. I thought this was like rich white people. I'm like, all the women in my family are able to just pop them out.
Right.
It was just, even today, like some of my family is just like, oh, that's crazy. Like, really? Like we all just had, 5, 6 kids and easily, no problem. But I was just so grateful to be able to open up about it. And then Brandon was so supportive in doing it and he wanted to do it. I think he wanted to do it more so than me.
Yeah, because I felt like there was a lot of people who needed somebody to be the one to speak up so they could speak up, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like that was us. If we get it out here, watch how many people come out the woodwork sharing similar stories. And that's exactly why I wanted to do it, because I'm like, this could touch and inspire. Again, why are we doing this? Why are we doing the content, the journey to inspire people? And that's exactly what it did. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do.
And it was such an amazing thing to share because it was something I would have had to work so hard to hide it.
Yeah.
It would have been hard work to hide it.
For sure.
It was so much that I was going through. Like I couldn't show up sometimes full of energy on camera and I was having to have multiple surgeries and then he had to have surgery. So it was just so many things that we were going through that we just wanted to also just be able to look back at, like the videos all the time. Like, man, wow, we really went through that. That's crazy.
And you know what? You know what's crazy about this is, and people never believe this about us, but we're actually private people. Like I know you.
Say what?
You would never guess, but I am actually a private person.
Yeah.
And for me to be like, you know what? No, let's get this out there. I would have never done that years ago. Never. I would have been like, man, are you crazy? Absolutely not. Like, no way. But because we've been in this industry so long and it's kind of shifted our mindset, we understand and realize that, you know what? We're put on this earth for a purpose.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Me being a private person, let's do it.
Yeah. And even with, us being very private people, what we've learned also is that we still control the narrative.
For sure.
Anything
so
about is because I actually just want you to know.
Yeah.
But like we could be going through anything that and I'm right. I'm not. It's not going.
Sure.
If you heard it come out of my mouth, it's because I wanted you to know. So we still control it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. But that was such a great moment and a great journey to share with people. And I think what happened was not only did it bless them, we hope, but it also blessed us because we saw so many people that were impacted by it, and them just sharing their journey with us. It just really solidified the fact that, you know what, we're not alone in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
By a long shot, we're not alone. So I think it was a blessing to us as well.
I feel like America has adopted Ocean as their child. And they're on the journey hard. They're like, what? Ocean has astigmatism. She's getting glasses. She looks so cute. They're like, we are invested.
They need to come babysit.
Yes. We are so invested to the point where, I feel like we literally have met. We know each other, but I feel like they feel like they've met you and they know you too.
For sure.
That's the crazy thing about this. You really do, because we too have people that we follow that we've never met, and we're like, man, these are our friends. Like,
yeah, for sure. Friend in your head, for sure.
Like, we totally get it. So yeah, that's why we choose to share little bits of her and things that we feel like will inspire someone or comfort someone else that may be going through the same thing. I actually took it really hard when we found out because she's 14 months now. We just found out she had astigmatism. We had to put her in glasses, and man, I took it so hard. But I was so glad. Yeah, it's my baby. But I was so glad to be able to share that and know that there are other moms that have had to do the same thing with a 1-year-old. I'm like, this is insane. Like, I've never seen a 1-year-old with glasses on. And all the people that came to defense to say, girl, my baby's been in glasses since 1, 2. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I've never seen these babies in public like this. So
and she looks so cute with her glasses on. So cute.
It's adorable. Like, the sharing is just as, it just as much as our audience loves it, it does something for us too, because it feels like we have a community as well.
For sure. Yeah. It's the intimate connection. And, we know that there are people out there that's really like invested in our journey. And so it's like, you just gotta make sure that they're up to date and they're tapping along with you on this journey. And that's exactly what we do. And we share with them as much as we can to where we know, like, look, this, like she said, we put out what we want people to see and what we want people to know. And there, it's almost like being invested in a show, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You're like, dang, I want to tune in next week to see what happens. So we understand that. And so we give them what they want.
Well, we have some quick fire questions for you guys that involve travel. We want to know what you guys think. So whatever comes to your mind, just shoot it off.
Okay.
And the first one, what has been your favorite trip or destination by far?
Italy.
Oh, for sure.
Whoa, Italy.
For sure. Italy, that was my dream. That was my dream destination to go to. So when we were able to go there, we went to the Colosseum. The Colosseum was the highlight of the trip for me. Like, that was it.
Yeah. We love Italy. I love it. Has travel taught you anything new about each other?
When Destiny's hungry, get her some food.
I see you.
Hey, look, do not delay. Okay,
Yes.
delaying will
Yes,
it could not end.
yes. But I have two phases, Destiny. I
Yeah.
either shut down, like, don't talk to me until you feed me, or it's like,
Yeah, same.
No, for sure.
Angry.
Same.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
And yeah, what does your dream trip look like as a family of 3 now?
Ooh.
I think something where it's kid friendly. As we start traveling with her more, I think for me the shift is going to be like finding places that are more like stuff for kids to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
'Cause
Which is something
yeah.
we're still having to explore. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
still learning that.
Okay. Well, you know, there's always a travel agency that can help you figure it out.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. So, any travel hacks or just parenting hacks that you've noticed or want to share with the other moms or dads out there?
Bring snacks.
Yes. Destiny number 2.
They want snacks all the time. Right after the meal, right before the meal. Yeah, bring snacks.
And strategically plan it to where they can nap on the plane. Like I don't know how we've done it, but the couple trips that she's been on, we've planned it to where she just napped right when we got on the plane.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Ear popping
All the flight attendants are always like, "Oh my god,
We didn't even know she was on the plane.
Baby, we didn't even know she was here." I'm like, yeah.
We would give her, like, even when she was younger, we would give her a bottle right before takeoff, and it just helped for her to just nap on the plane.
Yeah, and the Duna has been amazing for travel. So yeah, the Duna stroller.
The Duna stroller. It's a 2-in-1, a car seat and a stroller, but it's been
yeah, super good for traveling.
Who's the better planner when it comes to traveling? Yeah.
Really?
I can't. It gives me a headache. Like even what is it? The airport site? What is it called when you book the airport?
like
the plane sites.
Oh, like Priceline and all that.
Oh my gosh! Like I cannot do it. Like I will. Don't get me wrong. Like if I have to do it.
If she because she knows she ain't gonna happen. If I absolutely
yeah, and that will never happen.
That's hilarious.
Right.
But like I can't.
I love doing it. I enjoy it.
We will have us dinner, then lunch, then a
whole itinerary.
Something, a whole itinerary set, and I'm just like, all right. So I gotta bring how many outfits?
I'll tell her. No, literally, she'll ask me, so how many outfits do I need? And I'll tell her, look, bring 2 outfits for this day. You only need 1 out. I mean, I love doing this, right? So I just tell her everything, and she just packs and pulls up.
I love that. Love it.
With the snacks.
Do you have like a dream partnership or collab that you want to work with a certain brand?
Yes, Emirates.
Emirates, nice. Go big or go home.
We have got to get on Emirates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the more and more I see the commercials, the more and more I'm like,
please,
yo, we gotta somehow, some way get on Emirates. It just looks like an experience, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't been on Emirates yet either. We haven't been on Emirates, us personally.
Yeah.
No, what was the one we loved when they dressed really in the?
Oh, well, that was when we went to China. It was China Southern Airlines.
It was nice.
So
Yeah.
A first class experience. They treat you like royalty, man. And it's just such a great. That was such a great experience. But Emirates is like, that's the one. You asked us earlier when we feel like we've arrived. When we get on Emirates,
that's when you arrived. Yeah.
Then there'll be something else. Don't believe him.
Oh my goodness.
What's the most memorable fan encounter that you've ever had?
You know what's so funny? You probably.
No, it's actually. What's funny? It's actually here where we live at Costco.
What happened?
Every time we go into Costco, there's this beautiful lady. Okay, baby.
And she's nice and
so sweet.
So sweet.
But she yells across the whole. You would think Jay-Z and Beyonce just walked in.
Yeah. And every single. And she's up to date on our content. She just came. Like we went to Costco. She came up to us. She was a little bit more reserved this time. And she was like, "Oh my God, how's the whole house building coming along?" But she's so animated. She's like,
I love it. I love it. That's beautiful.
Yeah, we always talk about her a lot.
She's for sure.
Oh my goodness. Window seat or aisle?
Aisle.
For sure.
Really?
Yeah.
So both of you are in the middle aisle? Like on the... Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Why is that?
It just gives me a little bit more room to stretch my legs out when they're not like passing through with the cart. So it gives me a little bit more room to stretch my legs out because I'm tall. Before her, I was always like, I sat in the exit row seats.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But I like to recline.
But she likes to recline back, and the exit rows don't recline.
And then I also like for us to sit together, but I don't like sitting in the middle.
Yeah.
So, and then he can't sit in the middle because he's too tall.
Yeah.
So he has to sit on the end, and in order for us to sit next to each other, I would have to sit on
the opposite
aisle. So that's it's funny how people are with travel.
And that's so interesting. And our last takeaway question for you is, what is your dream destination for you and Destene to go on?
It was Italy. Now that we've done that, I would like for us to go to Africa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does Emirates go there? Does Emirates
I don't
know. Wherever Emirates is going.
Destene, is Africa your dream location as well?
It's definitely one of them. I would say like Africa, Dubai, and then what is the other one with the bungalows? You have to try.
Oh, Maldives.
Maldives. Mm-hmm.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
This has been not only an amazing time with you guys, it's like a reunion. It was like an overdue reunion.
For sure.
We are so happy to like just sit and chat with you guys. Can you share your socials so the people who aren't following you can follow you?
Yes,
Sure.
we are at Destene and Brandon on YouTube. And then from there, you will be able to find us on TikTok and Instagram.
Love it, love it. Well, are going to continue watching your journey. We can't wait to just see Ocean when she's graduating from high school, going off to college.
Wow.
I'll be here like it was no time. That'd be like tomorrow.
I know.
Hey, look, I don't want to be reminded of that because that means I'm gonna be 18 years older.
Hey.
But we definitely just really love you all as just genuinely great people. We wish you all the best. And we want you to know that every milestone that you reach, you guys may not realize it, but we are cheering for you at each step of the way. You have cheerleaders over here. And just keep doing what you're doing. We love it.
Really, same to you guys. We love you guys and appreciate just seeing the vision for us to invite us to do the travel that we did a few years back. So
and we need another trip.
We're gonna make it happen. We are definitely gonna make it happen.
Hey, look, we need
a family destination.
Yeah.
Family
spot.
Kids
at home.
No, yeah,
oh, okay.
No, this is
okay.
a couple things. This is a couple things.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, until next time, make sure you continue to like and subscribe, and make sure you're sending in your travel stories because we want to share all of your travel stories of love, travel, and everything in between. Until next time, bye-bye.